Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series from the Clone Wars, Darth Maul. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top that nice window, a hook and some tape. Star Wars The Black Series, and a nice window showcasing the figure and his accessories. Star Wars The Clone Wars, Darth Maul. Assortment number. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up, Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, a nice sliver of a window to help let some light in on the character, and a continuation of this stripe that goes around to the back also. Star Wars The Black Series on this side. Some nice artwork of Darth Maul. And on the back, again, some nice artwork of Darth Maul. Same artwork from the side, just a little zoomed in. Star Wars The Black Series. Darth Maul! A deadly, agile Sith Lord, Darth Maul was a formidable warrior and scheming mastermind. He wielded an intimidating double-bladed lightsaber and fought with a menacing ferocity. There it is in some other languages. That one looks new. I don't know. He's number 11 in the Clone Wars series, I suppose. And again, that stripe continues around from the front to the side to the back. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that do not belong there. Includes figure and accessories. Attention! Warning! Achtung! Do not stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Some more small fine legalese print, some more made in China print, some Disney print, and some Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories, and handy dandy tweezers here. And shed a little more light on the subject. There we go. And let's take a look at his lightsabers. Nice silvery paint app with a couple of other paint apps on it for the buttons. And we got a post right here that ports into his side, and I'll show you that later. And then a post here that ports into the other half of the lightsaber. And if you look at the details on this one, this is his lightsaber half from episode 1. And let's take a look at the other one, which I think is half of his brother's double-bladed lightsaber. And as you can see, it has a port here and a port here, one for the lightsaber blade and one where it connects to the other half to make a double-bladed saber. And as you can see, there's no post on this one for him to hang it from his side. And we have 2 blades that are basically the same. Translucent red plastic with the small little posts on the end, with, you can see the little ring around it that helps it stay into position once placed in. Now here's the little port I was talking about. for the lightsaber, and it can go in singly, and it doesn't just like port in. You kind of have to go in from the top and push it in a little bit. And of course it's too big to go straight up and down, but you can do it singly. You can connect the two halves together. Is it that way? Or is it that way? Yeah. It's that way. And then again, you know, so it does look a little odd that way, that it wouldn't hang straight up and down, but the post is actually too far down this way for it to even attempt that. So let's finish up with the lightsabers. And just take, gently put those in until it pops into place and you can feel it. Sometimes you can hear it. I don't know if the mic is picking that up or not, but you can see that one's a little loose or something. I don't know what's going on there. I might have to put some heat on it and see if I can close that hole up some. I don't know, because that's just really bad looking. I wonder if it makes a difference which one that you put where. I don't think it does. Nope. So I don't know what's going on there. I may have put it together wrong one time, stretched the hole out. I know that sounds funny. Well, let's take a look at the figure. And I'm pretty sure from the waist up, he's reused from the shirtless Darth Maul from the publishing program comic book version. New arms. This is all an overlay. And then new legs. I don't think we've seen these on a figure before. And it's got nice paint apps in there. And they didn't skimp because it's an overlay, it doesn't look like. Or at least not too much. I can't see what's going on with the back. So, and then nice paint apps on the head. I mean, the horns, the tattoos, or skin modeling, whatever it is, I'm not sure. Then, like I said, this is all an overlay. These are overlays like the Stormtrooper armor. They, you know, there's a flap that goes down that the arm pins through into the torso. It goes through this for that. And then we've got some nice paint apps for the belt. And then some nice silvery and gunmetal, I guess, paint apps on the legs. And then we've got this silver here on the arms. And very striking looking figure. Let's talk about his articulation. He can look up that high. He can look down that far, and that's the head in conjunction with the neck. The neck is a separate piece. There's probably a dumbbell up here in the neck going up into the head, and then probably a post with a ball for the neck. Let's see, he's chicken necking. He's got waggle for days, years. It's just all going on up there. At the shoulders, arm comes out a little bit above 90 degrees. 360 degree rotation there at the shoulder. And no butterfly that I can tell. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels a full 360 degrees, and the bend on the elbow is pretty well past 90, so that's good. 360-degree rotation at the wrist on an up and down hinge, so that's cool. And on the other hand, up and down hinge as well. There's like a dumbbell, I think, here at the waist, and it gives you all kinds of hula movement. You can lean back that far, crunch forward that far, and a 360-degree rotation at the waist. Can't say that for a whole lot of Black Series figures these days. At the hips, he gives you that much of the splits. Kicks forward about 90 degrees. Back about a step. Cut at the upper thigh, another thing you don't see a lot in Black Series figures anymore. And that does give you a full 360-degree rotation. Hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around a full 360 degrees. And as far as the knee bend, let's call that 90. At the ankles, tilts down that far. Tilts up that far. And forward facing pin for wow, what's a rocker. Yeah. And that, my friends, is a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Clone Wars Darth Maul next to the original Black Series Episode 1 Darth Maul and the Clone Wars Darth Maul Mandalorian Super Commando, I believe is what he was called. No, it's not Darth Maul. It's a Mandalorian who follows Darth Maul. Here's Clone Wars Darth Maul next to our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and to see how he starts scaling up with other lines from the Marvel Legends series, we have making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Clone Wars Darth Maul with G.I. Joe Classified Series' Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, and for a 7-inch comparison from Mattel, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Star Wars The Black Series Clone Wars Darth Maul, I have to say this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, versions of this character. The robot legs, the just, I want to kill Obi-Wan attitude, and everything he does is just keyed to that moment when he wants to face off and kill Obi-Wan for everything Obi-Wan did to him, even though, you know, we all know it's not Obi-Wan's fault completely. Yeah, Obi-Wan did cut him in half, but Obi-Wan didn't set him on the path of evil now, did he? But it is all Obi-Wan's fault from a certain point of view. Aha, like what I did there? Anyway, as far as the figure itself goes, it is a nice representation. There does seem to be some reuse, although I can't 100% confirm that, as not having the shirtless version of Maul, the publishing program or comic book edition. but it does seem like that is the case here. New arms, new legs, new overlays, and quite good paint apps, I would have to say, on this one. And it is a nice combination of realism combined with the look from the animated show, and it's really just, it's good, and it fits in with the rest of the Black series. Now, I'm not that big a fan of the lightsaber attaching to his belt, and the fact that, you know, it kind of has to hang at an angle like that. It won't go straight up and down. It looks a little odd that way. That's not how I'm going to display it. So, I guess it's neither here or there as far as that goes. But really, one of my favorite, if not my favorite version of the character. I think he really achieved more. Well, he did have more screen time in the Clone Wars also. But I think he, you know, in Phantom Menace, when you look at him, he's just Darth Sidious's attack dog. And then the Clone Wars just expands on the character and fleshes him out and gives him his own motives, and just, again, I like this version of the character, and I like how he was portrayed in the Clone Wars, and even later again in Rebels, even though he was a little bit more on the cuckoo side in Rebels. So if you're a Darth Maul fan, if you're a Sith fan, if you're a Clone Wars fan, you're probably going to want to pick this guy up. And that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.